Oklahoma. You know where you are, but I don't know. Oklahoma. So I've been to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
What's he doing? Oh, you got a camera. Okay. So I've been to Oklahoma a few times. I've been to the Futurity in Oklahoma City with reining horses.
Yeah.
There, and I ride a lot of horses. I ride reiners. If any of you know what that is,
Yes.
horses and reiners.
Woo!
Saddlebreds, and I sort of guide standard breds around. And the reason I'm saying this right now is like, it's sort of an introductory, like what do I say to you? Like hello, and then there's this pause in the conversation where we try and find a mutual subject. So, what comes to mind is a guy by the name of Johnny Mack, who was a psychiatrist. He's dead now. He's dead about 10 years. Somebody laughed. Somebody out there just laughed because he's dead. I don't want to meet that person, I'm sure. Johnny Mack is dead. But Johnny Mack was a psychiatrist who was a tenured professor at Yale University. I believe it was Yale. And he was a well-known doctor, and he even wrote a book on T.H., I think that's the initials, Lawrence of Arabia. He won a Pulitzer Prize writing about Lawrence of Arabia, Lawrence, who was T.H. T.E. It doesn't matter. What matters is he won a Pulitzer Prize. Some credits that, you know, the brain. So here is a tenured professor at Yale who won a Pulitzer Prize on another subject. And a friend of his, another psychiatrist, says, listen, Johnny, I have all these cases of people who are claiming to have been abducted by UFOs. And I just got too many. Can you handle So Johnny Mack takes over, ultimately, 200 cases, people who claim to have been abducted by UFOs. And then he writes a book about it, in which he says, I think there's UFOs. Now there's something to laugh about. I think there are UFOs, based on what I've seen and talked to with these people. I think there's something out there. That's his conclusion in his two books. Recently, I've been reading a book called The Dancing Woolly Masters. Anybody know that book here? The same person who laughed at Johnny Mack's death. So, I'm doing this for a purpose. This is to mesmerize you. Wouldn't that be funny? I unscrew a bottle top and everybody falls asleep. So, The Dancing Woolly Masters is a sensational book about the explanation of quantum physics, quantum mechanics, quantum. And one of the things in this mysterious world of quantum mechanics is the fact that somebody observing some phenomena brings it into existence, and then when they stop observing it, it fades out of existence. It's like nobody understands it. It's one of the great mysteries of all, you know, there are so many, everything's mysterious. We think we know something, we don't. Scientists I've talked to said, we just spread rumors. We don't know anything. But what we do know is this mystery that something can wink into existence and then wink out when you're no longer observing it. And this was before Johnny Mack's time. And I'm wondering whether the people who think they've been abducted bring UFOs into existence by the observation, and then when they stopped observing it, it ceases to exist, and they've had an experience, and they don't know what happened to them. Is it possible? It sounds like science fiction. And it is. It's science fiction-y. And that's what we're all doing here.
Yeah.
We're all here because, my God, it's so mysterious. Is there any explanation? What's the explanation? And science fiction sort of says, well, here's a possible explanation. Here's something that the writer thought of that could be possible reality. And that's what we're doing here. The mystery of it all. So that's by way of introduction. How you doing, everybody?